republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Karen, roll call please.
Mayor McConnell.
Present.
Vice Mayor Watkins.
Present.
Councilman Johannes.
Present.
Councilman Duke.
Present.
Councilman Reinhardt.
Would anybody like to entertain a motion to excuse Councilman Reinhardt?
I'll
Not
entertain it.
feeling well today.
I'll entertain a motion to excuse Reinhardt. Councilman Reinhardt.
Support.
I'll support.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Public comments. Seeing none. Consent agenda. Brandon.
Thank you, Mayor McConnell. I just wanted to mention, I did provide you with an updated resolution. I took off the second appointment off for the Housing Commission position until we have a better idea of what our legal opinion is on that. Who can and can't serve on that board, so I'll take that back at the next meeting. All the other appointments are reappointments with the exception of Councilman Johannes being added to the cemetery board. That's all I have on that.
Anything else on the consent agenda? Does anybody have any questions about the consent agenda? Hearing none, would anybody like to entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have support.
I'll support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Passes. New business. Parks and Recreation Master Plan update. Brandon.
Thank you, Mayor McCon. A community parks and recreation survey was posted on October 29th and ran until November 29th. The survey was made available through the website, Facebook page, and was available at City Hall. Flyers and handouts were also created and displayed at City Hall so that those coming into the office could take a link with them and complete it at their leisure. I've completed a draft of the Parks and Rec Master Plan, and that has been out for comment since November 29th, and is available through Facebook, city's website, City Hall, and the Branch District Library. Per the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, the draft must be out for comment for at least 30 days. The final draft will be tweaked to reflect any input received prior to or at the January 10th public hearing. The draft has been developed with feedback received from the surveys. Draft plan is in your packet. I'd like to get council input on the plan and see if there's any changes you wish to have me make. After the review period, as I mentioned, we'll have to have a public hearing. And that is scheduled for January 10th. You'll also need to adopt a resolution. Yeah, are there any questions or input on that?
The only thing I'd like to say was I was very impressed with the questions asked and answered. It was interesting to see in what age group, and I thought Brandon did a very good job of setting that up. With that being said, anybody else have questions or comments? Would anybody like to make a motion to approve the Parks and Recreation Master Plan update as presented?
Do we need that?
What's that?
Do we need to have a,
No, just a discussion.
this is just a
Oh,
discussion
that's
item.
just okay. Being under new business, I kind of assumed, I guess.
Just discussion.
I know the next one is going to need a motion support.
Yes.
Brandon, for approval, of Concord Construction payment request number 6.
Thank you, Mayor McCon. Concord Excavating has submitted their 5th pay request for the Ruggles Compton Street project. The amount requested is $11,003.53. Also included in this pay request is change order number 2. The change order covers additional costs related to sanitary cleanouts that landed in driveways and for replacing aging water valve boxes. contractor installed metal monument boxes over the plastic cleanouts in the driveways so that they would not break when cars ran over them. The second item in the change order was for replacing existing water valve boxes that were not in good condition in the roadway. The total change order was $3,350 and is included in that $11,003.53. Questions on that? Believe we will have one or two more.
There will probably be, one or two more. The outstanding item yet is the concrete work. So the subcontractor has not got their official paperwork to the contractor to clear the payment items. So all the concrete items, the sidewalk, the curb and such, just sitting out in limbo land until they get their wage rates with their documentation to make a recommendation to that. And at that same time, we'll probably finalize the whole thing. So I'm suspecting there'll be one, but they may do it over the course of two. Get the concrete paid and then do a balancing change order to get everything to match for the grant.
What's the timing on that?
Well, the state wants it done as soon as possible, but there's really no push on that. But it's really the state is about ready to send the subcontractor a nasty gram, just to try to see if he can light a fire under the butt to get his paperwork done. So that's really the issue. So we've had a conversation, it was gonna go to probably about the 1st of January, and then if it hasn't been resolved, CDBG will step in and write a letter to the subcontractor. We were going to have it done just before the holidays, but it's like nothing's gonna happen during the 2 holiday weeks, so we just gave them the leeway of going another 2 weeks, and we'll evaluate that in January, the 1st of January.
So we're not under a time crunch to get this done, or
No.
miss out on funding?
No, everybody's, the CDBG is well aware of the issue. They've had conversations with the grant administrator, and really it's the grant administrator and CDBG that has to close out the contract. So it's, and they know that's the outstanding item. They all understand the project's done, it's just paperwork at this point.
Any other questions? Would anybody like to entertain a motion to approve Concord Construction Payment number 6 and change order number 2?
Make a motion to approve the Concord excavating payment request number 2 and payment request number 6 and change order number 2.
Do we have support?
I'll support it.
Motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Well, we're moving right along here. City staff comments. Chuck?
This will be our last week on leaves, and we plan on getting the machine out in the spring for about a week, for whoever doesn't get them out this week.
Very good. It looks pretty good around town, really.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So, great. And at least the weather's been pretty.
This week is gonna be nice, yeah.
Scott Wilbur wanted me to pass along to council that as of right now, the fire department is fully staffed. And that's the first time that's happened in a while, so we're very pleased about that. We picked up another Reinhardt, Billy's brother, so at that point, we're full. Brandon, is there anything you wanna add for staff, from the police department or such?
Nope,
Okay,
Steve has a commitment, so he's gonna be able to make it tonight.
so now we'll have the city manager's comment.
Thank you, Mayor McCon. I'll share a bit of good news. On December 8th, the city was presented with the Project of the Year Award for South Ruggles and Compton Street from the American Public Works Association, Southwest Michigan branch. The project won Best Project in the environmental category for projects more than $1 million. The ceremony was held in Portage with a total of 4 projects winning awards in 4 different categories. I just wanna say congratulations to council, the entire staff, as everybody assisted on this project in one way or another. So far we've seen some reduction in flows to the wastewater treatment plant. hoping this will help address our I&I issue. But yeah,
Well, if you're already seeing a change, that's a good thing. But at this point, Chuck, kudos to you and your guys on this, because I know you've worked with these guys close. Mike, thank you,
You're welcome.
and for all that you've done, and to Concord Construction.
Yeah, you guys were fantastic.
Yes. And the project is also being forwarded on to the state for the, state consideration.
Maybe they'll give us more money.
I doubt they give you more money, but maybe another plaque on the wall.
Well, we're just showing them we use
I know.
our money wisely.
Yeah.
Anything else, Brandon?
nope, that's all I have.
Rick, what do you have for us?
I'd like to start out by, our thoughts and prayers, and I'll go to all those states that have been disastered from the tornadoes and the storms. I seen a thing on the news where they had to jerk the doors off the fire station to get their fire trucks out, and then they were running on half their wheels were flat, trying to get to people. And it's pretty sad, so, you know, definitely through the holidays, I wanna give my thoughts and prayers to them. I know Steve's not here, but I wanna say Chief Johnson, great job. He's been running pretty slow. I mean, he's got vice chief out with surgery and officer with surgery, and he had another one put his resignation, and he had to get one hired, so he's done a fantastic job keeping things together.
Been a busy year for you.
And Chief Wilbur from the fire department, you know, getting all this firemen and getting all replenished, video and all that he had done. You know, and it's good leadership from in our community. Chuck here, once again, we went through a storm, pulled this community right back together. You know, that's saying a lot. And then you guys in the office, you know, you're the heart and soul of all this. When people are mad, these are the ones, Brandon and Karen and Lori have to
Nobody's
listen to.
ever mad at us.
You know, so if someone gets mad out there, Chuck, they're in there at them guys, so, you know,
Nobody's ever mad.
great job, great
Karen
job.
cracks the whip.
You guys take a lot. Cause you guys get the blunt of it all, I know. And, all of you, it's a great job. Street, everything turned out great, so we've had a good year. I think we're going into a new year with all the prayers and hopes that we, can get through another one. I guess that's it.
Joe?
Just for the record, I am mad at all you guys, so. Nice work on the plaque there, it was well deserved, I think, so.
Yeah.
Team
Other than
member.
that, Merry Christmas to everybody, have a safe holiday.
Man,
No, I just kinda wanna echo, Rick's comments, you know, it's been a trying year for a lot of people in a lot of different areas, and, you know, we've been understaffed in a lot of areas, and being able to come through and do what we need to do to make things right and to run as smoothly as possible, you know, that's kudos to everybody on the staff, whether it's public works, you know, the public services, the office help. Thank you to everybody. City looks good, lights on in town,
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good. I just hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday season.
thank you. Well, we're all on the same wavelength here, and with this being probably a harder year for us on COVID than what the first year was, with the Delta coming through and having many people on ventilators and in the hospital, this has been a trying year. I know the fire guys that run the medicals, they've had it, it's been rough on them, because they've been on so many, and they've seen some loss, and so they're feeling the pain there. But they're doing a good job staying with it. All the departments, because of this crazy year, have done a great job. And thank you. Mike, thank you for the street. I know you put a lot of time and effort into it, and everybody in the staff did too, but thank you. And it's always nice to get an award out of something of that nature. Brandon, a great job on the parks, and recreation master plan. We have really nice parks here, but they're dated. They need to be updated. And I think we're moving in the right direction. Whether or not we can get a grant to help along with that, that's to be seen, but, remember, there's no such thing as free money. You earn every penny.
Oh, yeah.
As Brandon's found out with just the street project. Okay, we got 1.2 or 3, whatever it was, grants, and there's been a lot of work to go into that. And it doesn't go away for quite a while. 2 and 3 years later, they'll send a form around or want a response about something that you have to answer about the grant. So kudos to Brandon and the hard work, and I know that it takes a lot of time, and I know the master plan is gonna be one that's gonna be time consuming, plus we have the budget coming up, so, great job, we're moving forward, we need to keep that momentum going. With that, that's all I have to say. We're going to have to have a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
And it's over pending litigation. Rick, you're second it?
Yep, second it.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are now going into closed session. Thank you, gentlemen, and ladies.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So.